For those about to rock, we salute you. And for those about to drive the rock, we also salute you too. Here we are for the next race of the Racecraft Grand National Series, the Rockingham 150 at the glorious Rockingham Speedway. I'm joined as always by my cohorts in the booth, Ty McIntosh and Dave Huckleberry. We'll come to you first, Ty. What are you looking forward to for tonight?
I mean, I'm glad we're here, man. This is a great racetrack. I think it's going to put on a decent race here. I know it's going to be a little bit worn out. I know we have the new repave scan on here on iRacing, but I still think it's going to be pretty exciting. Lots of tire wear, lots of different lines going to be taken with the top side 1 and 2. I think we're in for a show.
Absolutely, and this has always been one of my favorite tracks to. This is just such a difficult track to drive. If you win here, you know you have absolutely earned it. Everyone is just about to wrap up qualifications right now. Everyone trying to extract as much speed as they can and getting used to the new scan. This is the first time we've come here with the updated version of the track, and I really don't know what to expect from this one. What about you, Ty?
Yeah, I think it's going to be something interesting for everybody, right? Because we're kind of used to old Rockingham with how the tire wear would be a little bit rougher and it would be a lot more bumpy. It's still bumpy, don't get me wrong, but with these guys having 3 sets of tires in the pits, I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they work this 150 laps. Obviously, I think some guys are going to want to split it 3 ways if they can use all 3 sets, but as we know, it never really comes down to that. So it could be a split in half, 1 stop at 75. I'm not sure exactly what the field number is, but I would have to imagine that we could have 75 lap, cut it in half, and 1 stop it, but you never know.
Yeah, I think you can definitely get past halfway on 1 tank, so I definitely think we're going to see a lot of 1 stops. Maybe a few people want to try something crazy and do a 2-stop strategy, but I don't think that's going to work. I don't think the race is going to be long enough for them to be able to pull that off. But here we are. Everyone's getting ready to get out to the grid. Your pole sitter, the 66 of Tommy Ryan with the 90 of Scott Crump next to him on the outside front row. JP Phillips in the 34 and the 11 of Matthew Weeks on row 2. Row 3 features the 10 of Jared Rexing and the 95 of Gavin Hibbs. Tyler Popp in the 13, last week's winner, next to Tate Lytle in the 56 on row 4. Rounding out the top 10, Ryan Borges in the 21 and the 5 with Jonathan Cutlip.
Row 6, a couple of shifty Sports Ford Mustangs, Trey Eidson and Scott Eckrich in the 27 and 29. Row 7, Jeff Ryan in the number 3 and rolling off 13th, and Gavin Higgins in the 20 rolling off 14th for KOR Motorsports. Leighton Norgard rolls off 15th in that number 12 Tanks.GG Toyota with Gerald Campbell in that number 31 rolling off 16th. Chris Wright, our Daytona race winner, rolls off 17th in the number 8. Andrew Rucker rolls off 18th in that number 64. And rolling off 19th and 20th, Seth Rawls for SR Racing in that 25 Taylor Digital Solutions Ford with Dustin Dewar in the JD's Hilltop Savage Chevrolet.
And on row 11, we have the 26 of Brandon Wilkinson and the 9 of Jay Connor. Row 12 features the 16 of Tom Bourne and the 24 of Michael Hossack starting in P24. Row 13 has the 77 of Paul Mikolajczyk and the 4 of Zach Rogers. David Tooker in the 19 and the 7 of Cale Pocock on row 14. Rounding out the top 30, Randy Oakham in the 08 and the 41 of Frank Fody.
Row 16, Josh Adams for Shifty Sports. Blake Reynolds, points leader, rolling off 32nd. 33rd, Dave Carpenter in the number 71 Cheedy Chevrolet. Hunter Smith, 34th in the number 54 Higher Patch Co. Ford Mustang. Connor Thompson Gardner, 35th. Chad Frankenfield, 36th for Little Eagle Racing. Couple Ford Mustangs. Dominic Wright rolls off 37th in the number 43 Jimmy Hayden Photography Toyota with Kyle Hanshaw rolling off 38th in the number 46 Harpoon Design. And Austin and Abnett, P39 in the number 60 with Jacob Adams rolling off 40th.
And then we have the 84 of Rob Mooney and the 70 of Jesse Racimus. And rounding out the field is the 14 of Casey Hetch.
Let's get ready to roll. We've got, I think, 1 to green here. It's going to be real quick, but have to see how it goes for him. I think it's going to be crazy.
I'm also very confused because chat just randomly went no in the driver's chat, and I have no idea what's going on and why he said that. I think something weird happened, but I haven't figured it out yet. But the pace car is getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Tommy Ryan is going to lead us to the restart zone. Green means go, and we are underway at the Rock. It's a good initial jump from Ryan, but here comes Scott Crump shoving it down into turn 1. Crump looking to maybe try the crossover, already looking for the lead. Ooh, they both slide up the track a little bit. Ryan gonna hold them off. And I think that's gonna be a theme of the night, Ty. It always seems like the middle lane and up are the best lanes to be in when you're battling for position.
Somebody in the back there, I'm not sure who it is, about, I think, probably around the 12th or 13th position, got a little sideways. They hold on to it, though. No yellow.
Oh, meanwhile, we got Jeff Wright going down on the apron. We'll gather it up. Not sure what's going on with that, as you see a whole lot of chaos here in the midfield. Cars everywhere right now.
Single file in the top 10, but about 15th on back there. Not. Oh, Dusty Dewar in the wall. Looks like maybe the 16 in the wall as well.
Yeah, and you had David Tooker heavily considering taking it 3.
The inside of Paul Mikolajczyk. I think, to your point earlier, we were talking about the middle and the top. The bottom is just so bumpy. The lower that you go, that when you have to paint that seam. Oh, God! Whoa. Paul Mikolajczyk, Tom Bourne, almost making contact there. They hold on to it, but the bottom's just so bumpy that when you try to get the car settled, it just washes up and you lose all that momentum to the center of the corner. And I think middle is probably going to prevail a lot more than we would think here, as we got all 3 leaders right on top of each other. Jared Rexing. Oh, Dusty Dewar
up into the wall. Oh, we see Seth Rawls. Thunder Alley biting the 25 car. He's able to hold on to it. Doesn't look like he hit anything. But nervous times already for the Shift Esports owner. Now he's already back up to speed, trying to get the spot back from Randy Yoakum. Oh, Randy almost got the wall.
Got a battle for second here. Jared Rexing to the inside of Scott Crump. Crump in the wall. Just a little bit of an on-entry. That's going to kill his whole run there. He's going to have to give the position to Rexing.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about this place, especially on the front straightaway, is it's shaped in such a unique way. You're not used to it, the way the walls kind of curve in, especially on corner entry. As we see Rexing going for the lead, and he's going to get it. It's like Tommy Ryan making a bit of a business decision, letting him take the lead and burn his stuff up.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something we talked about in Vegas. Like, we saw it a lot. Weeks did it. He was letting people go. I wonder if this is like 2 tracks in a row where tire wear is high. These guys are starting to, realize, hey, it's the same guys that are getting up there burning stuff up. I think it was Jared Rexing that was making a lot of passes early on. And we saw what happened to him at the middle point of that race. So it could be a repeat, or maybe Jared's kind of figured it out a little bit. We don't know.
Yeah, and, we've already mentioned it a couple times. It's hard to say how the tire wear is going to be on this new updated scale. Like, obviously, you knew how gnarly Rockingham was on tires, like Darlington levels of rough. But with the new pavement, there's not a whole lot of data and experience on how the tires are going to look after a long run. So Rexing might be playing his cards right, or he might be folding in 20 laps or so. We don't know, and that's the fun of tonight's race. I know a lot of people were really wanting the old surface, and I'm definitely in that category, but I'm not disappointed that we're running the new surface just because of all these questions that are hoping to get answered here as this race goes on.
And I mean, right now he's pulling a pretty big gap over Tommy Ryan that I would really be surprised if he wasn't pushing that 10 machine just a little bit. As we look right behind him, Matthew Weeks getting to the back bumper of Scott Crump. We all know that these guys have a little bit of intensity when they're around each other, so we'll have to see how that goes. I don't know if I don't quite know if it's just Scott's trying to save Ty, or if he's maybe aware that Weeks is catching him. Like sometimes you have to wonder if there's a little bit more going on inside that noggin than just saving tire.
Absolutely. You see Tyler Pop also starting to make his way into this battle. A little further back, Norgard and Cutliff battling for position. See Jay Connor going way high, trying to get the momentum. Didn't really seem like it worked for him there. Definitely a little surprised on how quickly everything kind of single filed out here, Ty. I figure we might see a few more hard battles throughout the field.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it just comes down to the unfamiliarity of the new surface, right? I think old Rockingham we would probably see side by side for a little bit. Everybody kind of knew what they were getting their hands into, but with the way that we're sitting here with this place, I mean, it looks a lot better. But I'm sure that these guys, as good as it looks, they probably wish that they had the old surface that they knew and that they could really fight each other on a lot more without having to worry about the unknowns of what the car is going to do in a 20 to 30 lap run. You see Gerald Campbell to the inside of the 29 of Scott Eckridge. He's going to wash up into him. That's not going to sit well with driver number 29. Tate Lytle's going to get to his inside now and try to take advantage of that and take away that, I believe it's the 9th spot, or 10th spot. So that's, we just... You can't avoid a little bit of contact here at Rockingham, I don't think.
Yeah, a little bit of a hip check. He's able to at least hold off Tate Lytle for the moment. And Gerald, that's definitely someone who we know loves to push hard and push early on in these races. So he'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on as the tire wear question gets answered.
Out front.
And yeah, just like that, Tommy Ryan has already tracked Jared Rexing back down. Jared was ahead by almost a full second, 3/4, and now Ryan is all over the back of that 10 car again.
I mean, that was about a 7-lap time span. Oh, Tommy Ryan almost to the right rear of the 10. Had that Nesquik bunny not feeling too good on the side of that car.
And now he's going to have the preferred lane here. I don't know what Rexing can do to hold off that 66.
Talked about the middle being a lot better. You're going to see it roll off the top there. Nothing that Jared can really do, because when you're on the bottom, you don't even have the ability to drive off the corner. You're just kind of pinched down there when somebody's on the middle, and that's going to allow Scott Crump to not quite get his nose in the mix just yet, but he's right there waiting to pounce if a Rexing mistake does occur.
And it's a lot harder on the exit of 2 to be side by side. It kind of has the same feeling of Dover, where everything kind of narrows up. Like, it's so easy to just get into the car on your outside a lot more than what you would expect or what you would anticipate.
It definitely closes in on you quick, and I wouldn't say it's blind, but it's certainly a lot more blind than the corners that these guys are normally used to. We see 3 wide momentarily there. Trey Eidson working around Ryan Borges. Oh, he's going to get into the wall there. But, you see these guys maybe a little more cautious on the throttle, and I think that might be what opens the door up for these more experienced guys who can kind of feel that out, as Scott Crump is now to the inside of Jared Rexing as we head towards turns 1 and 2. He's going to get a nice little slide job put on him there. I don't think Jared's going to have much to say. Maybe off exit with a drive off.
Oh, here comes the crossover, though. Good move from Jared, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Nope. Scott's now just going to run away and try to track down the 66 again. Meanwhile, Blake Reynolds started back in the 30s. He is up to P21 right now.
I believe he is the biggest mover. Let's see. Yeah, started 32nd. He's up to 20th. He's going to be our biggest mover. David Tooker right behind him. He started 27th. He's up to 16th. Jesse Racimus started 32nd. He's up to 22nd. So, or no, he started 42nd. Sorry, did he? 42nd? Yeah, math is hard.
Yeah, someone I'm really surprised about is the 26 of Brandon Wilkinson. Brandon has shown himself to be one of the best. Oh, we got smoke. Oh, we got contact right there. Contact between Reynolds and Wright. Saw the 86 super sideways. Great save from Reynolds to avoid that being major calamity. Good gracious.
It's not the first time we saw Blake save a car from getting killed. I mean, Daytona, we were confused as to why he was swinging the car around the whole time. Las Vegas last week, I mean, he's got a flat right rear tire, some kind of tire, and he's drifting it down to pit road, and right there it was almost race over for Blake Reynolds, but he holds on to it. We were about to talk about smoke from somewhere up there, but I don't even know where that was now.
I don't know either. And yeah, it's a good thing he saved that, because if he didn't, he would have taken a lot of cars with him. That's the tough thing about Rockingham. It is the back straightaway. They call it Thunder Alley, and it always behaves like Dover and Bristol, where if someone wrecks, the likelihood of you escaping it is not very high. If one person dies, a lot of people are probably going to follow.
Yeah, and that was going to be right on the back straightaway where that outside wall is just kind of looming. See Jared Rexing now under pressure for Matthew Weeks. Talked about him a lot last week. He was probably one of the favorites to win. Got into it late with Tate Lytle. Unfortunately, ended his day. Side by side as we had a 1 and 2. Trying to use the wall, but there's not much up there right now.
Yeah, no, it wasn't working like I think any of us would have expected that line to, and Weeks was able to just drive on by on the inside. Oh, meanwhile, I got Rucker going down to the apron. Not sure what happened to the 64, but a big moment. Whoa, Leighton Urgar getting so close to that outside wall. Reynolds is going to complete the pass and move up another spot.
Gavin Higgins, pressure on Andrew Rucker as he's looking to take that 18th spot away. Oh, Paul Mikulajczyk in the wall.
Wasn't as bad as it looked, thankfully, but another gut check moment there. So you see, this is a whole mess of cars right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at probably just below 10 on our screen right now, and if something goes wrong with one of these guys, it's like you said, everybody's going to be collected. So probably a little bit of a pants change maybe necessary for Paul Mikulajczyk, but he's holding on so far. We're actually looking to get around Chris Wright here. See Tate Lytle working around the inside of Scott Eckrich.
Oh, he's barely going to get the pass done.
Last week's winner, Tyler Popp, looking to defend off J.P. Phillips. I think, yeah, the top side, even in 3 and 4, is... Oh, we got smoke. Are we all good? Oh, it was Trey Eidson. Big moment for Trey Eidson. Holds on to it, but... I mean, that was a significant amount of smoke down the front straightaway.
Yeah, no clue what happened with the 27. So here we go.
Or what? Was it not Trey?
Yeah, I don't think it was Trey. So then, where did that smoke come from?
Looked like he was a little off pace.
Got a rogue barbecue going on or something.
Who was the trouble child here? I guess we'll...
I don't know, but I think something's going on because he's pitting now.
You never know.
Lap 35, a little early. cut the stage in
Yeah.
half just about.
I don't think this is a strategy call. This has to be unscheduled.
Yeah, a little confused, to be honest with you.
Because if you were wanting to do the two-stop strategy, you would at least wait to like lap 50 or something.
Yeah.
So bringing it down lap 35, that just does not make any sense. Anyways, back on board with the battle between Higgins and Rucker.
Gavin got around him. I'm not sure exactly where, but he got the move done. And Paul McElychik's kind of hanging on the back of this group. Blake Reynolds right now putting all kinds of pressure on Gerald Campbell, looking to take position number 12 away as we head towards 1 and 2, gaining on that pack right in front of him.
This is going to be one of the hardest passes Blake is going to have to pull off today. And he tucks back in. He jumps to the outside. And nope, he's knocking out of position, but he's going to have the momentum. He might be able to pull the slider here. Gerald trying to slide that. Here comes Blake. Oh, slides up Gerald in the wall.
Yeah, I think that was Gerald just trying to hang on to position, but there was not really a whole lot he could do there. I think that was just old dog trying to hang on.
Yeah, you could see Blake left him about a lane and a half. He had plenty of room, just Gerald trying to do everything he could to hold on to that spot, and fortunately the front tires just did not grip up for him. Now, one person I'm kind of surprised about, and I was starting to talk about it before some of the chaos started happening, Brandon Wilkinson started 21st and is 25th, and Brandon has shown to be one of the best short trackers in this series, but right now it is not the race I think any of us would have expected from that 26 car.
I mean, it makes me wonder if there's something that he's looking at. I mean, it's like you said, he's usually somebody that's really good at these racetracks and is always up front. So it makes me wonder if there's something that he's looking at or he's trying here in this first little bit, maybe expecting yellow just to see how it would work. But I mean, he's really gentle on these tires right now. It makes me, that's why I feel like something else is going on. I think we'd be remiss to not mention Mr. Wilkinson was the spotter for Ryan Preece at the Clash, I believe. So congrats to him on that.
He was. A awesome first-time win for both driver and spotter. Very popular and very well-deserved. Right
now, Randy Yoakum it looked like he was under a little bit of pressure from Dustin Dewar there. He's actually going to put the pressure on the 70 of Jesse Racimus. Would be remiss to not mention Matthew Weeks gets around Scott Crump and is now cut about 3/10 out of the gap that Tommy Ryan had built up. So this is going to be interesting to see here. Talked about Weeks being a lot better on the tires. I mean, you look at it there, 2/10 quicker that last time around on lap 42. A little bit slower on 41 and marginally quicker on 39 and 40. So the pace starting to get out of that 11 machine.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a battle between Frankenfield and Wright as here comes Trey Eidson through on the fresh tires. You can definitely see the difference from that fresh rubber compared to everyone else on the 46 lap old tires.
It's going to be a night and day difference, and as we're nearing the third of the way through the race, it's going to make me wonder. I also, something this could be is maybe this is a, hey, look at this. This is maybe an option for later in the race for these guys. And it might open some eyes for these guys that are struggling to maybe try something like that. As you see Blake Reynolds just easily get by Tyler Popp. I believe that's for position number 11. No, that's for position number 10. I'm blind. I can't read. The ticker's right there.
Now, something interesting. William White just came over the radio and gave a tally to the 43 of Dominic Wright. Dom had equipment malfunction and apparently caused significant damage to the 28 of Jacob Adams. So Adams is 2 laps down. Wright is out of the race, and Kyle Hanshaw is also out of the race. Left about 7 laps before Dom Wright had his issues. Whoa, as you see, Weeks get a little bit of the wall. Matthew trying to run down Tommy Ryan. Matthew trying to get the win that he felt he should have got last week if it wasn't for the teeny tiny little run-in with Tate Lytle.
I mean, we're looking at this. Oh, Blake Reynolds, back bumper, Tate Lytle. No, it's not okay. They all look the same. They all look like.
Oh, Blake is sideways once again.
Okay.
I don't know what happened, but you saw him get a whole heap of apron right there.
Was I wrong? Yes. Was that the right car to look at that exact moment because he almost died? Absolutely. So my wrong is no longer wrong. It's right. I was going to say.
Failed successfully.
Gavin Hibbs was all over the back bumper at Tate Lytle. He's not anymore. So you see him working around the lap traffic of Connor Thompson Gardner, JP Phillips, all over the back bumper of that 95 machine. But Matthew Weeks, that gap is kind of staggered out. It's not getting any better. It's kind of just hanging out. So we'll have to see.
Meanwhile, we're just about at 10 laps to go in the stage. See Jeff Ryan making his way down pit road. And there's the ruling from Race Control about the right incident. Rob Mooney jumping right up in front of Gerald Campbell. Oh, Rob, I think he also pitted a little while ago. He's on the fresh tires. Boy, that got hairy.
I don't think we're done seeing this little bit of scariness on these tires because this speed difference is kind of insane.
Yeah, meanwhile, Gerald just got the wall again, trying to hold off Mikolajczyk, and loses another spot to Wrecker for his efforts. Yeah, this is nervous times for those that are electing to do the two-stop strategy, because with the difference in pace, you run the risk of causing the caution that you don't want. You want this to stay green if you're trying to do the two-stop. But we almost saw that caution come out a couple times because of these cars on the fresher tires catching up to these cars struggling on theirs.
And, you know, we talked about the back straightaway and how tight that gap is from the inside wall to the outside wall with the wreck happening. That's also where these guys have to merge off of pit road. So if somebody gets there at a bad time, it could not end well for a group of cars. And you see these like 8 cars here packed up. Leighton Norgard working around Gerald Campbell. So we got Matthew Weeks closer and closer, about down to 2/10 now on Tommy Ryan. So we'll have to see if they're going to finish out the stage. I would imagine so. I don't see a reason why either of these two would pit early.
Meanwhile, I believe Ryan Borges is also going to be bringing it down pit road. Both of them go by trying to put Inamnid down a lap.
He's just going to move out of the way. Smart thing to do. No need to play in their side of the sandbox if you don't think you can hang.
Absolutely. See Scott Crumping making his way by too. Oh, Jay Connors bringing it in. So, honestly, there's a... Whoa! David Tooker just had himself a huge moment off of turn 4.
See Jay Connor coming down pit road. Under 0.2 of a second now, battle for the lead. I don't quite know exactly what Weeks is going to be able to do. Tommy's moved up to that middle groove and is kind of chopping his nose on the center of the corner. Weeks is as close as he's been this whole time right now, headed into turns 3 and 4. I think we might have to see a lane change up here from one of these guys. Probably Weeks more than anything to try to get the stage win. He's going to have a run. Oh, somebody, big wiggle. I think it's Tyler Pop.
Oh, we got Mooney now sideways.
It wasn't Tyler Pop, actually it was Hunter Smith, but
Yeah, I don't know if there was contact between the 13 and the 84, but Rob was having to dirt track it through 3 and 4.
Side by side for the lead momentarily down the back straightaway. I think Tommy's going to have a run here. 2 to go. Weeks is going to have to get a little bit more aggressive if he wants to get this pass done, and I think he's going to right here. He's going to toss it in. Maybe try to use Hossack as a pick.
Yeah, this might be working out great for Weeks. He's inching out ahead. Tommy completely blocked by the 24.
Oh, he's not gonna let it happen. He's gonna force the 24 out of the way.
So here we go, white flag, 1 lap to go in the stage. Weeks had him clear for a millisecond, but here comes Ryan back. As now another lap car is gonna... Weeks trying to clear, he can't. Tommy Ryan holding on to the outside. Weeks driving it down, he can't pull the slider. Ryan's gonna be right there, side by side, drag race off of the corner, and it's gonna be Tommy Ryan picking up the stage win.
Oh, Ryan sideways!
Gets in the back of Hunter Smith.
He won, but at what cost?
Yeah, now Weeks has the lead. And here comes Seth Rawls. I believe Seth also pitted a bit ago. Yeah, he definitely pitted a bit ago. Look at that speed difference.
Absolutely mugs Matthew Weeks.
Yeah, like he's on jet fuel. Good grip. Oh, more contact! Crump into Hunter Smith. Puts him up into the wall. Oh, and Hunter Smith, he is broke. That car is not okay.
Right side is absolutely pancakes. Looks like he just left the Bob Evans. I thought he was going to go to the pits, but I guess not. I don't know. It may not be killed.
Whew. As you see, Jeff Ryan dropping down onto the apron. Some sort of issue for the 3. No clue what's going on.
Is that a little bit of left front damage there that we're looking at here?
I think you're right.
Back up to speed now, so...
Yeah, no meatball, so not sure what happened to Jeff. Whew, well, after all that excitement, everyone seemed to have settled down a little bit. Here comes Einstein on the fresher tires, trying to get his lap back. Clears Ryan and trying to track down the race leader. Oh, Michael Hossack into the wall further back. Everyone who hasn't pitted is struggling, and yep, Hossack bringing it down.
He played a factor in Matthew Weeks and Tommy Ryan fighting for the stage there, and he's going to decide to bring that thing in from the 33rd spot. Matthew Weeks gets passed by Trey Eidson. I would imagine we're getting right around, the halfway mark is when I expect these guys to come in to split it evenly. To see Weeks, see everybody's positions that they've changed. Blake Reynolds up 24 spots from 32nd, still about 4 seconds off the lead. But if we get a yellow, that is huge and much needed for Blake Reynolds to make those passes.
Absolutely. Well, this is another crazy battle. Hibbs trying to get by Rexing. There's a whole train of cars behind these two. Rexing might be getting freight trained if he's not careful here.
Which is awkward because, even on old tires, I think the top is the preferred line. But, we got a yellow!
Out. The on-board Jeff Ryan and Jeff off. Oh man.
Everybody.
So I'm guessing that was the issue we saw with him a couple laps ago when he went down to the apron.
But explain all of that. That's race over. Obviously, engine is gone after that hit. That's pretty spot on the nose. So I don't think there's any coming back from that. But just unfortunate technical difficulties that, I mean, there's really, in that moment, there's nothing you can really do. You just kind of got to drive until you can see again based off of where you were, and that's even difficult. So
Yep, it's just one of those things. Yep, gonna go ahead and take a commercial break, and we'll be back shortly.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bommarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
the Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
All right, we are back, and we are already getting ready to go back green. Pace car getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Matthew Weeks will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Rockingham. Great jump for Weeks. Horrible jump for Tommy Ryan. Oh, and you see Jared Rexing getting the apron, trying to make his moves.
It's going to bite him.
That it is. Cutlip looking to make the move on the outside of Rexing, not quite able to hold position. Rexing's going to jump out in front. Oh, that got close. See Rexing get the apron again. Trying to make these big moves, but making them a little too big right there.
Yeah, he's going to have to probably...
No, Chad's going around!
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, Austin and Abnett. Did we expect anything other than that from the two best friends there?
Yeah. Release the memes.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Gives a bump into the 15, sends him around, nowhere for Wrecker to go, hits him again, nowhere for poor Norgar to go, plows into the back of the 64, and I think Frank Fody also joined the fray as well.
Yeah. Oh!
Yeah, he bounced into him and then bounced back into the 7, which bounced him in again.
I think that's Cale Pocock in the 7.
Yeah.
Cale probably. Race Control
Good
taking a
avoidance.
look at it.
Meanwhile, good avoidance from the A to Chris Wright. Yeah, poor Norgard, nowhere to go. Just Rockingham things. Oh, I think Frankfurt actually might have got through, actually.
That first replay, it looked like he might have gotten just a bit of it, but he seems to do pretty good job of getting it out of there. Look on board here with him. Yeah.
Wow.
Good job, Frank. Attaboy.
Wow. Frank needs to buy a lottery ticket and a clean pair of shorts after that one.
Poor Leighton Norgard. Both of his lanes were taken away. There was nothing he could do. He had a car middle, he had a car bottom. And he's going to look at the 15 there, Chad Frankenfield. No back bumper on that machine. That thing is pretty killed, but on board with Rucker. Yeah, no. Did Chad break early necessarily, or?
Yeah, that's the thing is, I can't see anything too crazy or out of the ordinary from the 15 on corner entry.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we are double file and about to go back green.
Rucker was given an EOL, so he will have to go to. I mean, he's dead anyways.
I think he's back out on track.
Is he? Okay, well.
Yeah. Believe it or not, yep, there he is.
All right, well. See if he's able to get that 64 back going. His pace car's going to be in this time by.
Gotta keep an eye on the 15. He does not have the rear bumper back on it. Meanwhile, the pace car making the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Weeks will lead us to the restart zone. We're back under green out Rockingham. Crump with a little better restart compared to what Ryan did last time. Able to hold off Ryan for now. Tommy Ryan having to hold off Gavin Hibbs. Hibbs with the momentum, trying to pull him off of the corner.
Oh, Crump looking inside of Weeks here. Bottom was a little better center of the corner, but Weeks is going to have that run off right as we head into 3 and 4.
Good work from Crump, holding it down onto that white line. The best we've seen the inside on a restart in some time, and he's going to take the lead. Great move from Scott Crump.
Oh, Weeks going to cross him up, though. He's going to get to his inside.
Off of turn 2,
oh, no.
And Adams as well. Oh, we're wrecking more. Oh, my goodness. Mooney, Racimus.
Gerald make contact with the 34s. He tried to go under him. Got Josh Adams involved. I think there's some more significant contact. A lot of guys involved here. I think they went to check up and somebody was tailing somebody close enough to just kind of turn him in there. I think it was Rob Mooney. Hard contact for Jesse Racimus. Inside wall, head on. Josh Adams with more damage. Rob Mooney with damage. I think that's Dominic Wright as well. Michael Hosick. Chad trying not to get more damage. I think, he gave himself some more there.
Yeah, just a wild wreck. Just when we thought it was over, it very much wasn't.
Chad said somebody came in and hit him there at the end. I think it was you turning down in front of the 84 was.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Chad spun around on the brakes, just the body language of that car.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been very vocal about this, but there's some things that happen in the head of the driver of the 15 that just don't happen. but yeah, nobody hit him. That's
Nope, nobody.
We're moving into somebody else. Yikes. Sky's blue. Sky's blue. Oh, Jesse Racemus. As you can see, incident's already started here. He goes to check up, and Rob Mooney not aware, and it just shunts Jesse into the inside wall.
Really, you can't even see that Adams is down there.
No.
See smoke, but you can't see the car inside the smoke.
Yeah.
And Jesse gets shoved down in it.
We are doubling back up here.
That's what I talked about earlier. When something happens on Thunder Alley, probably not going to miss it. Well, we are now once again getting ready to go back green. No cautions in the... Yeah, it's first one taking the outside. I'm honestly surprised no one has tried that sooner.
Guess we could find out why here in a second.
Yeah, that's the pace car getting ready to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Scott Crump will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We're back underway at Rockingham. That decision looking pretty good for Crump. All by himself is Weeks and Ryan trying to fight for P2. Weeks is going to clear Ryan, and Tommy going to lose another spot to Hibbs.
Might be about to lose another one to Scott Eckerson at 29, but right now Matthew Weeks looking inside of Scott Crump, not going to let anything happen just yet. Scott making that middle line work. It was a little bit of a diamond there, but he's going to get the run off the back straightaway.
See, Tommy Ryan has settled down into P5 right now. Lost about 2 spots on that restart.
Maybe wanting to take a little bit better care of the tires than he did the last time around. Understandable.
Yeah, especially with how hard these three are fighting right now. So now Weeks is trying to hold off Hibbs. Hibbs really coming on strong as of late. And there he goes to the inside of Weeks, and he's going to pull it off easy. Weeks going with a little bit of a business decision. Meanwhile, Jay Connor almost got the wall off of turn 2.
Now, Gavin Hibbs, all over the back bumper. Scott Crump going to put some pressure on him. Gavin taking middle, Scott taking a little bit of both there, the middle and the bottom. Interesting to see how this is going to play out. Obviously, we talked about tire strategy all night and saving tires. Gavin Hibbs just kind of figured out a line that works and he's able to save tire and carry speed, or is this Gavin pushing this 95?
Yeah, that's the thing. None of us really know. And it's going to be difficult to pull off the pass because while Weeks might have done the business decision, I don't think you can count on Scott Crump doing the same.
Yeah, no, Scott's somebody that doesn't like to move out of the way unless it's something that he really, really has to do. And right now I wouldn't say that he's too worried about it. I think he's doing a fine job keeping it down to the bottom of the racetrack, maintaining that gap back to Gavin Hibbs, and they're pulling away from everybody back there just a little bit.
Meanwhile, Zach Rogers, Jeff Ryan, and Josh Adams have all called it quits tonight. Hibbs running high, trying to get as much clean air as he can get on the front of that Toyota.
I think right now we're still looking at about 60 to go this time by, so not weighing too heavy on the mind about getting the lead right now. Seen all these guys do a great job taking their time, being patient. Oh, here we go.
Close. Yeah, it's the closest he's been in a while. Hibbs all over the back of the 90, looking to the inside. Slides up, trying to get a little bit of a diamond going. Crump trying to pull him on the outside. They are just about even at the stripe. Scott really driving it on down hard into the corner, but it's not going to be enough. Hibbs is going to get it. Gavin Hibbs to the lead.
I know we said we wouldn't see it, but I feel like that might have been a business decision from Scott Crump right there. Seeing that Gavin was a little more hungry for it right now, maybe wanting to just let him drive away, save a little bit more stuff. I think that might have actually been a Scott Crump business decision right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Scott is aggressive, but he's not stupid. And so someone who knows how to get it done on short tracks, especially here at Rockingham, knows that give or take is very important. So give it up, hoping you can take it back in a few laps. Although I don't know if he wants to give up this spot, but he will. Weeks up into P2.
I think if he's willing to give up the lead, when you look at the situation and the history between those two, I think that's one that you should automatically be willing to give up. You know, you don't want to have somebody who already might have some history with you behind you and let them get frustrated, because you never know what could happen if they get a little frustrated and decide that they want to just move you. So good on him for that.
Yeah, unstoppable force versus a movable object. Now let's see what Eckridge can do. Eckridge has had some great runs so far, but hasn't quite gotten the win, but he's been knocking up the door all season long. Rookie driver having a heck of a start to this 26A season.
To the call from race control.
Yeah, only tally going to the 84 Rob Mooney. Meanwhile, a lot of single file going on. Everyone's just trying to chill out right now. Like you said, Ty, a lot of racing left to go. We're still not even 2/3 of the way through this race. As you see, lap car Andrew Rucker up into the wall trying to get out of the way.
He's going to move all the way down to the bottom here. I think that's a good call for him.
Yep.
Not carrying a whole lot of speed.
See some smoke again.
Let's see if I can figure out who that was from. I think I might know.
Rogue Barbecue strikes again. For now, at least.
Oh, Elate Norgard had a pretty big moment down the back straightaway into the inside wall, so that might be race done for Leighton.
Oh, yeah, that smoke is the magic smoke.
Oh, he might have had some help there.
Yeah,
I
did hear him apologize for something to Leighton, and that's what it was. See, Norgard got the wall. Austin not able to check up in time, gets the back of the 12 and yeets him all the way down to the inside wall. A bad day gone worse for Leighton Norgard, and yep, he has left the building.
Leader Gavin Hibbs works around 54 of Hunter Smith. Matthew Weeks going to follow here. 2/3 of the way through. I think we've seen exactly kind of what we were expecting here. A lot of long run strategy, tire wear, comers and goers, lots of just movement here in the field.
And Goofy Rex. Don't forget the Goofy Rex.
Had a couple of those, that's for sure.
And now, like clockwork, they're starting to get ever closer back to the rear of the 95 car. You see Rexing a little further back, trying to get by Tommy Ryan. He's going to get the move done on Tommy. Jared Rexing back into the top 5, and here comes Blake Reynolds.
Talked about how good he was working through the field on the long run, and right now, I mean, he restarted inside the top 10, so this could be exactly what the doctor ordered for Blake Reynolds to make his way into the top 5. He's going to work the bottom on Tommy Ryan. As meanwhile, out front, Matthew Weeks gets around Gavin Hibbs. Gavin's going to take another look back down to the inside, but nothing's going to happen. I think Weeks is going to have the run down the front straightaway. And that's going to be a pass for the lead. Done and over.
And now, how long does Hibbs hold on to this second spot? Obviously, we've gotten to the point to... Oh! I don't know if it's going to be much longer, as you saw. It's big sideways for him off of turn 2.
Little dinking and dunking right there. Comes Scott Eckridge around the 90 of Scott Crump. I wonder if there's a problem on the 90 there. Oh!
I don't think you could put a piece of paper between both of those cars. As now Reynolds was looking to maybe get by Ryan, but he tucks back in for now. Crump back to the back bumper of the 29.
I went back and looked. I know why the 90 is not happy with the 29. 29 into the right rear of that back bumper. And Scott tried to repay the favor to him in 1 and 2. It didn't really work for him, but Scott Crump now just kind of bleeding spots right now.
That he is. He's got Reynolds all over the back of him. Blake couldn't quite get to the outside of Scott. As Rexing and Ryan continue to battle behind them. Now Scott started to settle back down a bit. Although as I say that, Blake gets another run on him once again. And look out, that 56, he's also not that far behind.
Heat working his way through the field just like Blake did. Is Blake's going to blow right by Scott Crump for the 4th spot now.
Whoa, take got so close to the wall. But he's going to get the move done on Rexing. As now Scott Eckridge will get by Gavin Hibbs. He's to P2 just about. Reynolds trying to push his teammate back past Eckridge. Not going to work. And Scott got the wall.
That's going to put Blake all the way from 4th to 2nd there, clear.
Yeah, big break for Blake. Oh, boy. That was tough to say. Almost a tongue twister right there.
Bars, as the kids would say.
But anyways, Reynolds up to P2. Oh, contact with Crump and Hibbs. Oh, and Ryan's looking to make it 3 wide through the middle. What a move by Tommy!
I need that huge run off the top. I don't think he's going to get it. He's going to be side by side with Crump as we go towards 1 and 2.
Crump's got to get this move done, otherwise he's going to get freight trained, and he's not going to get the move done. Ryan holds on. And Hibbs trying to push him past Crump, but this time Scott maybe gonna clear. Yes, but barely.
Yeah, I don't know. No.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hasn't cleared yet, but now you gotta think that's all she wrote. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's clear, everybody.
Blake Reynolds is cutting all the way through the gap that Matthew Weeks has built. He's our points leader for a reason. We saw him at Coda. He won the pole, won the race. A little bit of a struggle with tire wear last week. Put him down pit road. Ended up just parking it there after that one. Didn't think he could recover. And right now he's hunting down Matthew Weeks.
I think he got a speeding penalty. I think that was the reason why he called it quits.
I could have swore we looked and he didn't, but I could be wrong.
Honestly, I have no idea.
It's been so long, I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you.
Listen, a lot has happened in a week, okay? And some of us have the memory of a goldfish. Meanwhile, Cutlet makes his way by his teammate. Hibbs is really starting to lose spots now.
Yeah, I think when I was asking the question on is this Gavin Hibbs finding pace or pushing that 95, I think he was in fact pushing that 95 just a little too hard. And he's going to need the yellow here. 35 to go. 34 when we get to the stripe. It's still a possibility with how hard these guys are racing up here.
Meanwhile, it sounds like Jay Connor brought the 9 car down pit road.
Oh.
It's a bold strategy there, Cotton. He doesn't have a meatball. Yeah, there he goes. So, yeah, not sure why he had to bring the 9 car down pit road, but meanwhile, there goes Lytle by the 66. Tate up into the top 5 for the first time today.
I think Blake Reynolds is just trying to see what Matthew Weeks is doing, where he's struggling, maybe taking his time, trying to set up a pass on the 11. He knows he's still got about 30 some odd laps when we get to the line here.
Yeah, if you're Blake, you've got plenty of time. You don't really need to push and don't really need to rush. Just sit there with the intimidate button on and see what happens. Meanwhile, they've pulled away from Eckridge by about a second.
Something that's going to be pretty key in this lap traffic. We've got, I believe, the 16 of Bourne coming up, or the 30 of Connor Thompson. It might actually be the 30 of Connor Thompson by the looks of it. Either way, we've got a couple lap cars that are going to play a factor here.
Meanwhile, here comes Jay Connor on the fresh tires, just boat racing everybody. Look at that speed.
See Blake
here comes
all the way after the
Blake.
wall.
Yeah, no kidding. Almost getting the wall. They're starting to catch up to the lap car, Connor Thompson-Gardner.
I imagine Connor's just going to get out of the way here, probably just let him go.
Yup.
Blake's there now. Speaking of there, here comes Jay Connor. Oh, inside of Blake Reynolds. Want to make a move on Weeks. He's going to get loose under the 86. Contact. He's going to get into the outside wall and bump into the 86. Not what either of these guys want to see.
No. Also, just making sure you can still hear me right now, correct?
I can right now.
Okay. Yeah, the internet on my end is not happy for whatever reason, and it cut out on me a little bit, but came back just in time to see that contact. Meanwhile, Jay has finally gotten past these two and back on his merry way. That is such a awkward situation if you're Jay Connor. Meanwhile, here comes Blake. He's got to the inside of Weeks. What does Matthew Weeks have on this middle lane? Blake not
Got
able
that.
to get it done that time.
Right rear almost clipping the wall there right before it went back in. He's going to have a run to the inside here. Oh, Weeks is going to pinch him down, though.
Black draft! Blake not quite sending the slider. But I don't think he needs to. Nope, he's got the pass done. New leader, Blake Reynolds. From 32nd to first, what a run for the point leader.
We had somebody go through the grass right before the leaders had got there. I'm trying to figure out who that was.
While you're doing that, Rexing and Ryan continue to battle. These two have just not gotten away from each other at all tonight. And once again, Ryan wins out for the moment.
$21 to go this time by.
Yep. You see Gavin Hibbs behind them. He's able to at least hold on to P9. Or P10, rather, as see JP Phillips going by. But after Gavin Higgins right behind him, they've got a pretty big gap next to, let's see, Trey Eidson back in P12. 2 seconds adrift.
Blake's starting to get back up towards some lap traffic. I think we got the 31 of Gerald Campbell about to get worked on here. Might open the door for Matthew Weeks if it takes too long for him to get around some of these guys, but Gerald's going to make him go topside. It's going to buy a little bit of time for Weeks here.
Yeah, Matt able to cut off about a 10th that time. Now it's his turn to get by the 31. And here comes Scott Eckridge. Oh! Weeks by Campbell and Eckridge too. Oh, we got Tate going around! He's going to hold on to it, actually. What a save by Tate. Goes right back up the track. Oh, gets sideways again.
What a save for driver 56. Looks like he might have scared Tommy Ryan a good bit there.
Yeah. Jared Rexing not happy with the rejoin. Whew, well, that sure was a thing.
See him snap that thing back into shape.
Yeah, that drops him down to P7. And now you wonder what are the rear tires of that 56 car feeling. You know they have to be hurt after that.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine they're going to be too happy. I'm honestly surprised he was able to get that thing back in shape with how much dirt and grass was probably built up on those things. But about 14 to go here when we get to the stripe. He's just got to hang on a little bit longer. Going to have to fight off JP Phillips, Jared Rexon, Gavin Hibbs.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle just to hold on to a top 10 at this rate, but doing a good job so far. Phillips not able to get anywhere alongside the 56. To see the Gavin versus Gavin battle for the last spot in the top 10.
I always make sure I show that for David Westergreen. Try to give him all the training I can.
And now Tate, even with his little adventure, he's already back trying to get by Ryan, get back into P6 at least.
He might be able to get a move done. I think he's probably had enough time to get the tires cooled down a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's still a lot of speed left in Tate's car right now. See Cutlip, last car at the top 5. He's about almost 2 seconds ahead of this Hornet's Nest. See Tate, he's got inside position on Tommy, but he's going to slide up. Tommy holds strong for another set of corners. We are now 10 laps to go from the rock. Oh, contact! Sent Gerald up into the wall. We were 3 wide going into turn 3.
Whew. Things are getting hot here with 10 to go.
Yeah, meatball for the 31. See Blake continues to run away from Matthew Weeks. 1.3 in the clear.
Rankenfield pit road.
Yep, and he is gone.
Gerald Campbell trying to get that thing to pit road still. He's going to be on the apron in 3 and 4.
Oh, and we're 3 wide. Higgins trying to go past Rexing in the lap car of Jacob Adams. Gavin just about has it clear, but Rexing not giving it up right now. But he has to worry about the other Gavin trying to slip through. Whoa, Rexing sliding up into the 20. There's a little bit of contact. Higgins is now clear. Hibbs trying to join him on that. That's a 3 wide. Ryan, Lytle, and Phillips, and there goes Phillips. Get by both of them. JP Phillips on a heater to end this race. Oh, and take out the wall. And now here comes Gavin Higgins and Hibbs. Hibbs, who got by Rexing while all this was going on. Oh, and now we got a battle for P2. Here comes Eckridge. Oh, he's leaning on Weeks. Whoa, they're side drafting each other. Weeks trying to pinch him off into the corner. And that's not going to work. Scott Eckridge up to second. Meanwhile, a little further back, this battle continues to heat up. As you see, Hibbs, he's going to clear Tate. Things have gone all kinds of pear-shaped for Tate Lytle over these last 5 laps. And now Gavin Hibbs, just when we thought he was the one losing positions, he's now just about going to get by Tommy Ryan. Tommy trying to hold on, but nope. Hibbs gets the spot. We are coming to 2 laps to go from the rock. Got lap traffic, Hossick and Smith. Ryan getting all the way up to the back bumper of Hibbs. Is off of turn 4, white flag, final lap from Rockingham. Just another absolutely incredible. Oh, we got chaos wrecking on the back straightaway right in front of the leader.
Woo.
Last
that's gonna
little
be bad.
bit of excitement for Reynolds as he's dirt tracking off of turf 4, checker flag. Blake Reynolds wins at Rockingham.
A little bit of a moment for Blake there. I'm sure that wasn't fun.
I don't know. I think that might have been calculated.
Oh, I'm talking about the back straightaway. I'm sure the front straightaway was.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, that was wild.
32nd to a dub. Working through the field, taking advantage of that long run speed.
Yeah, at here of all places. Another absolutely incredible performance.
First repeat
Is
winner.
you took the words right out of my mouth. Blake burning it down on the front straightaway. Alrighty, as the race winner celebrates, we're gonna take one last break to wait for our top three to make their way to the booth, and we'll be back shortly.
Hold on. I can't go away because I actually have somebody that actually found the victory lane, so I actually have the camera. I have to use it. Oh, and he towed. I didn't get there in time. All right, commercial.
Tickets are on sale now for the 10th Bomarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Sunday, June 7th features 3 huge races. The USAC Classic, Firestone Indy next, and the only Sunday night prime time NTT IndyCar Series race. Enjoy a weekend of cars, concerts, camping, food, and fun. The stars of the Indy 500 are coming to St. Louis. Get your tickets now and save big at WWTRaceway.com.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
The Lucas Oil School of Racing. Simply stated, we are the professional ranks where the quality of the equipment often dictates the outcomes, and all of our cars are designed to perform and race as close as humanly possible. None of our competitors will have an advantage from engineering tactics. Rather, you will compete on a completely level field with a score of immensely talented up-and-coming drivers, all pushing each other to reach their new heights in their respective pursuit in becoming a professional race car driver. Every year, our top-performing graduates move on to the professional racing ladders of IndyCar, F1, and IMSA. Whether drivers compete in 1 or 2 seasons of our series, when they are ready to move on, they are ready to move. The training you receive in our school is an unmatched, unforgettable, first-class education combining the very best racing instruction and education.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Alrighty, we are back and we're going to go ahead and start with our third place finisher of Matthew Weeks. Matt, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, wasn't quite the dub this time, but at least it ended better than last week's perfectly pleasant and not drama-filled at all race, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I wanted that win. I felt like I had the car. I just overdrove it that second run, and then I think the cautions really killed it. I think we had it in the bag if it went green, flag to flag there.
Yeah, you definitely seem to have a good handle on the car, especially when a lot of people seemed like they were struggling with the handling. How did it feel on your end?
Um, it was neutral. I mean, it was all learning to me. That's the first time I raced the new paving of Rockingham tonight. So, really, it's just trying to learn and tell you, I did not have fun. It was felt like it was just a one lane track, and if you didn't hit the bottom at 3 and 4 just right, it was slow. And then there's a certain way you can hit on the entry to run probably like a half a car higher, and I could never figure it out. So it was nothing like old Rockingham where you can move around. So I mean, oh no, I'll take it, dude. Good points night after what the first 3 weeks have been horrendous for me. So I mean, I'll take it. Even though I want to win, I feel like it should be possibly 2 wins in a row right here, but it is what it is.
Yeah, how was tire wear? Was it any better than what we're used to from Rockingham?
Um, it was different. I mean, I wouldn't say it was as tragic as that is. It was like a little bit there, but not as much. Like I think that first run, I was still close to 50% when we had that first like 70 lap run there. So if it was on the old surface, I feel like I would probably be like 15% lower, maybe. It just depends on how you drive the car. So all in all, I think it's a little bit better on the tires, but I don't know, man. I didn't have fun with that Rockingham. I'm old school. I want the legacy. It was more fun racing that one.
Yes, sir. Well, it was still a good run for you, all things considered. Any sponsors, plugs, and shoutouts you like to give?
uh Shout out to my boy Justin Vandermeer, at JV Designs. He paints all these schemes. He's, sponsoring for pretty much everything I race in, dude. This good friend of mine, so go hit him up if you need something made. All the Pro Edge guys that race tonight, I think there's only like 2 or 3 of us really that show up weekly, so I didn't really see how their races went since I was so focused up there, but I think Tucker was there tonight. I know he's been kind of busy with life right now, and I know he was talking about how tight the car was. So hopefully he got a good finish, but it's good to see those guys out there fueled up. Shout out to Blake on the dub. Uh, I wish we didn't have those cautions. I felt like I had it there if we didn't have those cautions, but shout out to him on the win and everyone that watched, everyone that's in the booth, that you guys up here. I know I can't wait to go back and watch it. You guys do a great job. Vegas was fun, even though it was disappointing. I think I've watched the first 50 laps like 3 times just because of what y'all said, the kind words. Y'all made the night better. All the sponsors, Racecraft. I'm good friends with a few of those guys that actually is partnered with them, and we hang out every night. So shout out to those guys that actually is being more involved in Elite, and that's cool. And we like to see that. So hopefully we continue this momentum on, and hopefully pick up a win here soon.
All right, we appreciate you, Matt, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Yeah, man. You have a good one.
All right, now kick it over to Ty to talk to our runner-up.
Hey, Scott, buddy, it's Ty in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Well, you had a pretty up and down night. I know you were working your way through the field, or at least that top 5, top 6 a couple times, and I felt like you had some pretty good long run and some short run speed, but ultimately come home second. It's not quite a dub, but a pretty good night, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I think that was pretty solid. We thought, we majorly messed up our qualifying lap, so we started, fairly far back, and I felt like we tried to, ease our way up there and keep the tires on it. I feel like we did a good job first run, did an awful job the second run, so I guess it equals out to meh. And I just don't really have any experience with this track, and I'm looking forward to being anywhere but here.
Yeah, no, I would have to say that based off what Matthew Weeks says, you might not be the only one. I know everybody was, the older Rockingham was maybe preferred. What you're saying, I don't even know if you would have liked old Rockingham, but I know everybody was a little bit uncomfortable. Was tire wear, like, was it worse as far as like the tightness goes or the loose aspect? Because I know that it looked like it was 50-50 for everybody out there.
Yeah, I was tight personally. It was definitely, the problem is you could mess it up in a hurry. just trying to race somebody, and you kind of had to be so gentle, and you kind of it's really tight on entry, and you got to get through that zone, and then it didn't really matter. But it's just really tricky to drive these setups with the tight bias that they have. You got to be so gentle because I feel like 3 or 4 laps of spirited racing, for a position can, be detrimental to your entire run. So it's just kind of a lot of calculatedness, even if it means you have to ride for a little bit.
Overall, looking at it, you were 4th in points coming in tonight. This was definitely a really good points day for you. Going forward, I just missed what track we were at next week. Dave, do you happen to remember off the top of your head?
Michigan.
So we're at Michigan next week. I know that's maybe something a little different. I don't know if I know you might not like short tracks by what you were saying. Are you more of a Michigan kind of track person where it's a little bit more open, more tire savvy?
You'd think, but no, I'm also team shopping mall for Michigan. So I guess we'll be looking forward to something else.
All right, buddy. Well, before we let you get out of here and celebrate second, you got anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, of course. So you guys up in the booth here for producing the show we get to watch every week, and obviously everyone in the league and everyone at Shift Esports for allowing me to race with them.
All right, buddy. Well, we will let you go and celebrate, and I believe James is going to be standing by with a race winner.
Yes, sir. Blake, James in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, how about that? It's not every day we see someone drive up from the 30s to bring home the dub at Rockingham.
Yeah, this is my favorite track, and I get home from work right before these races, and I load in, and I'm eating my dinner, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even know they put the new Rockingham in here. I thought it was just in the console game, but so I get it in here. I'm like, I've never driven this, so I almost wrecked both my Q laps, and that's why I qualified 31st. I just put one down, and then it took me about 20 laps just sitting back there to be like, okay, this kind of drives like the old Rockingham, just if you run the bottom, because the grip up top is just nowhere anymore. So once I figured that out, I just was saving my right front, and that seemed to be the thing to do.
Yeah, it definitely kind of seemed like old Rockingham still in that regard, where tire saving and stretching your stuff as far as you could paid massive dividends as the race went on.
Yeah, and you can tell a lot of the grip. It's in the left side tire. The right side, it's kind of, right side is always grip, right? It's the left sides. Like, you could turn the wheel, and it just pulls down the track with this new pavement. So, it's just really interesting how that felt. It was tight, but it turned, like, well, if that makes sense. Just kind of like all 4 tires were in drive, I guess. You were never really out of control unless you really overcooked that right front, which a lot of guys were. They just weren't releasing the brake early enough to get back to the gas, to get the weight back on that right rear. And, when I was lapping cars, that seemed to be the case. People just weren't slowing down fast enough, getting the weight on the right front, and just wasn't getting off of it. That really was the trick tonight.
Yeah, and just take us through how chaotic some of the restarts were. Like, you still had to contend with a lot of heavy racing and trying to avoid some of those wrecks still.
Yeah, they weren't really around me. It was kind of like right behind me, because once the caution came out, I think I was in 8th, 10th maybe. And I think I got a couple on pit road. So my thoughts on the restart was like, how fast can I go here? Because I saved a ton to make up all those spots. And then, once I passed 20 cars to get to the top 10, tires were gone. I was a little slower than the leaders. They were just able to kind of sit in line and just run their stuff out front. Meanwhile, I had to pass the whole field. So I was hoping to get a fresh set of goodbyes. And I did, and then I just kind of sat behind Jared Rexing there, I think it was, in that final run. And sure enough, that pace was perfect. I passed Weeks with 20 to go or something like that, and just comfortably kind of took off. And Weeks was telling me he was burning his right front a little bit to try to pull away, and I think he just stepped over it just that little bit. That's what ended up biting him.